the whizzer to keep Thornton from getting the takedown and stay out of trouble. That was really the only worry he faced during that match.
That brings us to the 141 weight class. We've got Kanen Storr for the Wolverines and Nate Limmex for the Boilermakers.
Two native Michiganders here fighting out at 141. Kanen Storr, the transfer from Iowa State, 16-2, ranked number 5 this year, has really been a great, pleasant addition to the Wolverine lineup. Nate Limmex, the redshirt junior, also a returning national qualifier. This looks like a tough match for both wrestlers. Limmex in on a shot where Storr had his hips up in the air, but he's able to return. Tough on the head. Very physical start to this match. Storr's on those hands. Nearly hands to the face there. Ooh, and a nice shot. In deep, great sprawl by Storr. Trying to turn the corner. Limmex still has that leg though.
And that's going to be huge for Limmex at this point. That leg is really going to be the difference, I think, whether or not Storr finds his way out of this one or is able to flip this into his advantage.
Limmex held on nicely to get the stalemate. Storr creating a lot of movement, but Limmex being very physical in the ties. Backing up, this could be a warning for stalling here.
To me, it almost looks like Storr is really trying to push the pace of this match, make it a little more fast-paced, and on the flip side, it looks like Limmex is really focusing on keeping the pace down, really focusing on the strength factor.
Limmex does look like he's using his strength and a little more straightforward wrestling, and Storr creating more movement, and I think that's going to serve him well. Against an opponent like this, you can't just come head on. You need to create some movement, create angles to develop your takedowns. Another shot, but from far out. Storr counters that fairly easily. He's got a nice overhook and head. 10 seconds left in the period. Storr working for that underhook. And we're going to end scoreless.
At the end of the first period, Nate Limmex for Purdue and Kanen Storr for Michigan are scoreless. Kanen Storr will begin the second
Really
period
interesting to see if either wrestler changes their approach here for this second period.
Well, Storr is to his feet. Hand on the mat. Now he's working on the hands. Got his hips out, and he's out, and we've broke the ice here. 1-0, Kanen Storr.
When a matchup as physical as this one, you have to think Storr is going to have to use every opportunity he can to get a point, even if it means taking a one-point escape.
And had a nice ankle pick for just a second. But you're absolutely right, Brian. This is not a free-for-all. The points have been scarce so far. Both of these wrestlers really strong on the head, not giving up a lot. We're going to get a restart here with Storr losing his headgear.
It's a testament to just how physical it's been so far, just how much pressure they're applying to each other's heads.
Absolutely. So there's been a lot of heavy head pressure, and it's possible Limmex got his finger worked in there and ripped off the headgear of Storr. but a lot of hand fighting, a lot of forehead to forehead, ear to ear, a lot of tie-ups with these guys, using a lot of muscle. We'll see how it pays off in the third period, and if anyone's too fatigued, they're starting to tire just a little bit here midway through the second.
You can imagine it's understandable, especially given how physical both these wrestlers are and just how agile and strong they are. They're both putting a lot on the line here. You might be on the brink of a takedown.
Yeah, a great shot. And Storr has the angle. Limmex trying to come out the back door here. Storr still on that ankle. Potentially dangerous is the call. And we'll get a fresh start.
Do you think that really benefits either of them more than it benefits the other, one over the other, or is that sort of a situation where both wrestlers probably benefit from the fresh start?
In that case, I think Storr really needed the fresh start. It looked like Limmex was in pretty good, and but was unable to do anything without putting his knee in the dangerous position. And I think the refs look at that somewhat too. We've got 9 seconds left here. Oh, excuse me. There was a problem with the clock. We're starting the third period. And we're going to see if Limmex can match the score with an escape. He's to his feet, working on the hand. Nice mat return by Storr. But Limmex is right back up. Another hard mat return by Storr. And he's working on getting a chicken wing. He's got one wrist. He had a wing, but not very deep. We're going to get a restart with 1:36 left.
That was a huge mat return there from Storr. Not getting any points from it, but still the amount of physical damage it can do to someone and the amount it can wear them down, especially consecutive mat returns like that. You have to think he feels good after that. Although Limmex still showing he's got a lot of life left in him. Score is just 1-0 in favor of Storr.
He's been returned to the mat 3 times very quickly, which can be a psychological job on either wrestler. Either I've returned him, he keeps getting up, or I keep getting to my feet and getting put down. We'll see who can tough this out. Limmex tries to sit out. Now he's working up to his feet. Good hand position, but Storr able to trip, hips out for Limmex. Sit out position, and they're out of bounds with 1:02 to go. And Storr approaching a minute, 49 seconds in riding time. But Limmex is really going to try and get out of here in the next 11 seconds. Keep the lead down to 1-0, or to tie it up in 1-1, 58 seconds. So the next 2 seconds will be fairly crucial. Storr's over a minute riding time now. So Limmex still active on bottom, get to his feet again, working on the hand. Storr going for another return, and another great return by Storr. And Limmex is flattened out. He's going to get some time off of this. And we're out with 19 seconds to go. Storr has locked up the riding point. So Limmex needs a reversal or an escape and takedown quick. 19 seconds.
You can tell at this point, especially Limmex, he's really starting to breathe heavy out there as Storr's just been really wearing him down to this point. these mat returns, and I think that's what's really proving to be the difference maker. Otherwise, I think we might have seen an escape from Limmex at this point.
Yes, absolutely. He's fought up to his feet maybe a dozen times, but keeps getting returned. And Storr has a nice 2-0 victory for the Michigan Wolverines as they go ahead.
You can see it in Storr too. He's looking a little tired after that one. Just another look at some of those mat returns. Incredibly physical, Tom. It was a very physically demanding matchup, and I think that's what kept it close in the end. Storr was able to really wear down Limmex, and I think that is what the difference was in that matchup.